Tarmi shined for Porto with new hairstyle Tarmi shown in his team's game against Paços de Ferreira. Ronaldo regrets rejecting City's offer. Former Liverpool star John Barnes believes that Cristiano Ronaldo regretted rejecting Manchester City's offer last summer. It was late last summer that Cristiano Ronaldo decided to leave Juventus, with Manchester City first mentioned as the Portuguese star's main option. But in the end, Ronaldo decided to return to United and wore red again after 13 years. But John Barnes claimed that Ronaldo had made a mistake in this regard and that he was not supported enough in the United squad. Cristiano Ronaldo's goal-scoring record this season is fantastic for a 37-year-old at this level, but I think if he even responded positively to Manchester City's offer at the start of the season, probably now and until now, said John Barnes. He has scored 25 goals this season, and there are now quality players in City who have made things much easier for Ronaldo on the pitch. Controversial claim against Ronaldo's joy. I invented Ronaldo's happiness, the former Manchester City player said in an interesting claim. The assassination of Manchester City player Trevor Sinclair between 2003 and 2007, who has a history of scoring in the Manchester Derby, claims that he performed Ronaldo's famous joy for the first time. Sinclair scored a goal during City's 4-1 win over #Manchester United, and according to him, he did it with joy. I scored a goal and took off my clothes. I ran to the August line, turned around, and everyone ran to me. I think that was where the famous joy was born. I had no peace in Real Madrid. Martin Odegaard has calmed down at Arsenal, the same thing he did not have at Real Madrid. Norwegian star Martin Odegaard, who has been a member of Real Madrid since the age of 16 and played on loan for a number of years for the Dutch and then Sociedad, finally got permission to leave Real last summer and joined Arsenal on a contract until 2025. He played the second half of last season on loan for the Gunners and decided to leave when he returned to Real Madrid. Real also sold him for €40 million. At Arsenal, Odegaard has become a consistent and influential player and feels quite comfortable. The Arsenal captain whispers to him. Ronaldo's strange decline during the Rangnick era. The Portuguese superstar has dropped significantly on the Red Devils bench during Rangnick's coaching. Statistics show that Portuguese superstar Cristiano Ronaldo has dropped significantly on the Red Devils bench during Rafael Rangnick. According to the statistics published by the Have a Scored website, Ronaldo has been in the main lineup of the Red Devils for 13 games under Rangnick and has been on the bench in one of the games. People were killed on the football field. At least 17 people have been reported dead in a violent clash between fans in the Mexican League. Saturday's Mexico League match between Querétaro and Atlas was halted after a violent altercation between dozens of fans at the Corregidora Stadium. The fans of the two teams first had a serious fight on the platforms and then even on the field, and it seemed that several people also used cold steel hobbies, and finally the match was cancelled in the middle of the second half due to violence between the fans. Another was postponed. But now some reports suggest the riot has left at least 17 people dead, and that number could rise. Terrible images have been broadcast from outside the stadium, with fans beating even those who have fallen and possibly lost their lives with the utmost force. The deterioration of the conflict and the situation of the beaten people was so horrible that it is very difficult and sad to even see it. Azteca Television initially put the death toll at 17, but officials said 44 people had been injured in the violent clashes, 2 of which were critical, but no one had been killed. The emergency report states that the number of injured is 22 and all of them are men. Big shock to the Reds on the eve of the derby. The World of Toronto Sports wrote, the possibility of the absence of the Portuguese superstar of Manchester United against City increased. Manchester United football team is the guest of Manchester City in the most critical game of the 28th week of the Island League tonight to hold the City Derby from 18:30 Tehran time. Manchester News reports that the Portuguese Red Devils superstar Cristiano Ronaldo may be absent from the Manchester Derby. Ronaldo was absent from yesterday's training session of Manchester, and the presence of the superstar in the Red Devils squad in this sensitive game against City is in a haze of ambiguity. The only problem with ranging is not the possibility of Ronaldo's absence. Cavani's absence is also certain due to injury in this game, so the last option for Manchester's offensive line in this crucial game is Rashford, a cat that is not a football player. Liverpool fans still have not given up on Kurt Zouma for kicking the cat. During the Liverpool-West Ham game in the Giza League, the red shirt fans did not give up on Kurt Zouma. Liverpool fans tried to escape Kurt Zouma by taking a picture of a cat and writing the phrase "kick me" on it. Zouma, a West Ham player, has been criticized for weeks for releasing a video of him kicking a cat, and even a few games ago, a rival player made a cat sound next to him. Mourinho knows how to walk. Gasperini. Roma managed to defeat Atlanta with a single goal by Tammy Abraham in a close and important game. In one of the most critical games of the 28th week of Serie A tonight, Rome and Atlanta met at the Olympic Stadium, which ended in a 1-0 victory for Jose Mourinho's students. The game started in a balanced way, with both teams creating chances on each other's goal, but neither of them succeeded until they finally managed to score the first goal. In the 32nd minute, on a very quick counter-attack, Tammy Abraham was in an almost one-on-one situation with Atlanta's goal and managed to open the team's goal to make it 1-0. In the first half, Atlanta's attempts to score the equalizer were unsuccessful, ending the game with the same goal in favor of Belarus at the end of the first 45 minutes. In the second half, Atlanta closed the scoring and failed to score the equalizer. Overcome Atlanta and Gasperini. Chelsea fans disrupt Ukraine's encouragement. Chelsea fans cheered on Roman Abramovich, the Russian owner of their team, while supporting Ukraine. Before the game against Burnley, Chelsea fans stopped chanting in support of Roman Abramovich for a minute, encouraging the crowd in the stadium to support the Ukrainian people. Roman Abramovich announced last week that he was looking to sell Chelsea after 2 decades and that he intended to end the Blues' successful spell at the club. Today, some Chelsea fans showed their loyalty to Abramovich and, of course, disrupted the process of chanting slogans in solidarity with the Ukrainian people. Chelsea's billionaire owner Roman Abramovich has been in charge of the club since 2003 and is now looking to sell Chelsea. Abramovich is said to have set a bid price of $2.6 billion and asked all customers to submit their bids by mid-March. Liverpool star scores like a drink. Liverpool's only goal against West Ham in the first half was scored by Sadio Mane and on a pass from Trent Alexander-Arnold. Liverpool, who have had a fantastic run in recent weeks, face West Ham tonight in the 28th week of the English Premier League, which ended in a red card at the end of the first half with a single goal by Sadio Mane. It is not difficult to predict that the English star of Liverpool will assist in a game. In fact, this has become a habit for Alexander-Arnold, and Liverpool's only goal in the first half of the game against West Ham was scored on the English defender's pass. Liverpool fullbacks Trent Alexander-Arnold and Andy Robertson have been one of the main reasons Jurgen Klopp's success in recent years, and they are fully prepared this season. Allahyar returns to Hull City. Defeat. Hull City lost to West Brom in the presence of their Iranian midfielder. Following on the 36th week of the English Championship, the Holocaust football team, who had Allahyar Sayadmanesh on the roster again after 5 absences due to injury, played against the 14th-ranked West Bromwich Albion tonight at 18:30. Sayadmanesh's team, who had won their last match after 7 weeks of failure, could not score again in tonight's match against West Bromwich and lost in a home game.